everybody, Low Carb Keith here, and I want to welcome you to my kitchen. I've had several requests of people for me to demonstrate some of my low carb dishes that I cook, and so I wanted to do that today. And I'm going to cook one that you can find in my book, My Low Carb Life, how I lost 130 pounds and kept it off. I'm modifying it just a little bit, but it's in the book. It's called cauliflower rice chicken. But I don't have any cauliflower rice, so I am using I'm using some slaw today, some chopped cabbage for it. But so that just means that you can change things up as you need to because of the ingredients that you have. I've got some chopped cabbage, heavy cream, Italian seasoning. I've already cooked some chicken and cooked some bacon. I chopped it up. I've got mushrooms and I've got cheese along with some cream cheese, and that's what's going into this dish. I'm going to put 3 tablespoons of butter in a skillet. I have preheated the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going to melt that butter just a little bit. And I'm ready to put the cabbage in. I'm going to put that in my skillet. And I've probably got 3-4 cups of chopped cabbage here. This is not, like I said, this is not the cauliflower rice. It's in my book and the recipe, but this will work out just fine. Also, I'm going to add about two cups of chopped mushrooms to that. And just going to cook that down until it gets kind of good and cooked. But what it does in the skillet is you get everything kind of meshed together, and you can also melt the cream cheese in the skillet. Add a little bit of, you add about half of the cheese to it, so that can get melted before you get ready to put it in the oven. So, as some of you know, I started my low carb journey about almost 6 years ago, and when I started I weighed 292 pounds, and now I'm down into the low 160s, so I've lost about 130 pounds on this change of diet. It's basically just I've changed the way I decided to eat. So I'm going to cook this down for a little bit and kind of let it get good and cooked. And then we'll add the other ingredients to it before we put it in the oven. All right. So I think now I'm going to add cream cheese. So I want it to, and I have a box of cream cheese. I have regular full-fat cream cheese. And I'm going to add, I don't like a whole lot of cream cheese. It's a little rich for me. So I'm going to add about, oh gosh, I guess about a half of a box of it, maybe a third, because I'm also going to add some heavy cream to it. All right, and we want to get that cream cheese in there to kind of melt down and mix with it. And now I'll add about 1/4 cup of heavy cream to it. There we go. I just want to kind of mix that down. Get that cream cheese melted. Get that cream cheese in there. Yeah, let's mix it up really nice. And now we want to add 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. So we're going to do that right here. 1 teaspoon. There we go. It's about a teaspoon. Obviously, you can kind of guess as you go along and estimate. That's the way we Southern cooks do most of the time. I'm going to turn the heat down just a little bit. That kind of good mixed up together. And the last thing, well, not the last thing, the next thing we're going to do is, like I said, I cooked some bacon earlier, so let's put those bacon bits in there as well. And now we're going to add our chicken. And I've got about 3 cups of boneless, skinless chicken thighs that I cooked earlier and chopped up. Now you could use a rotisserie chicken with this, just bring it home, or you could cook your own chicken. I really like boneless, skinless chicken thighs. There's just something about them that I really like. So we're going to kind of mix all that up together. Now that's a lot of chicken for the mix, but I wanted a lot of chicken in it. Okay. And this recipe is probably going to come out, there'll probably be about 6 servings in this, and it's probably going to come out about somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 to 7 net carbs per serving. So the last thing we want to do is we're going to take cheddar cheese, and I've got a cup of cheddar cheese, and I'm going to sprinkle about a half a cup on it and mix that in. Now I'm going to save a half a cup because it's going to go on top. And I also want to add just a little bit of salt and pepper to this. Not much, but just a little bit. And I know the other day I posted about why professional cooks always pinch the salt instead of using a salt shaker. Some people kind of took me to task for saying that, but that's all right. Just give it a little bit of seasoning. I'm not a big seasoner. I don't season a lot, not nearly as much as the rest of my family. My wife and kids, they like things that are spicy and really well seasoned. And I didn't grow up in a house that did that a lot. So that is looking really, really good. Look at that. It's looking really, really good. So now what we want to do is we want to take our casserole dish that I've sprayed with pan, and we're just going to move that over and put that in there. Okay. Put that in there. And that is a big mess of food right there. That should last me, if nobody else eats it, that'll last me probably a week for suppers. All right. Skillet off. Get it out of the way. Get it there. And then I'm going to take the rest of the cheese and just sprinkle that on top. I've already got the oven preheated to 350 degrees, and we're just going to put that in for maybe 20, 30 minutes at the most. It's already cooked. Everything's already cooked. We just want those flavors to kind of meld together. There's my little dog barking. All right. Put that in there. I set my timer for 20 to 30 minutes, and we'll bring it out when the timer goes off, and we'll let it rest for a little bit to cool off, and then we'll give it a taste. Okay, I had my chicken casserole in the oven for about 20 minutes, and my timer went off, and 20 minutes was plenty of time for me to kind of clean up the dishes that I dirtied. So it's time to take it out. So we're going to take it out of the oven. We're going to let it cool off just a little bit, and then we'll give it a taste test. This is what it looks like. It's the cheese has melted on top, and you can see kind of the juices kind of run through, and you can see it still bubbling there just a little bit on the edges. And that looks really, really good. I'm going to let it cool off for probably, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes to cool off. You can see the bacon, you can see the chicken, you can see the cheese, and you can even see the cabbage and mushrooms in there a little bit. That looks delicious. So I'm going to let it cool off, and then we'll give it a taste test. All right, we're back. We've got the chicken casserole out of the oven. My son Bailey is here, an official taster. My wife, she's in the background. She doesn't want to be on camera, but she said she would taste it as well. So we're going to dish up a little bit of this and see what it tastes like. All right. right, this is what we've got. This is what it looks like right here. Okay, it's just your typical cheese and chicken and cabbage casserole. And so let's take a taste, baby. Have some?
Okay.
Tell me what you like.
A little bit of everything.
Okay. All right. Hold your fork. You might want some more. Is it good? And then my wife.
Some more.
Then my wife, she's going to come over here and get a taste of it. Oh, she wanted me to.
I'm not going on camera.
Okay, that's fine.
That's good. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, piece of ham.
I added some. I did add some seasoning to it, Italian seasoning, and it's got a little bit of salt and pepper, and so I'm going to taste it.
2 thumbs up.
That is delicious,
Yeah.
and it's low carb. So, cabbage, chicken, cream cheese, bacon, mushrooms, all the good things that you want. So here it is. And this would normally be made with cauliflower rice, but since I didn't have any, I just used cabbage, so it worked out fine. So thanks for watching.